Hi, welcome to the AMC News Dispatch. I'm Melissa Bowen of the Public and Congressional Affairs Office. Contracting for products and services is not a new concept for the U.S. Army. But even as contractors have become more vital and prevalent on today's battlefields, the Army has discovered that many of the professionals who oversee these contracts are not adequately staffed, trained, resourced, or valued. And that is one of the key areas the Army is looking to change with the stand-up of a new command dedicated to Army contracting. One of the goals of this new command is to ensure contracting becomes one of the Army's core competencies. The Army Materiel Command officially stood up the Army Contracting Command as a provisional 2-star level major subordinate command in a ceremony at AMC headquarters last month. AMC selected Jeffrey Parsons as the command's executive director. The ceremony also created 2 subordinate organizations under the new command: the Provisional 1-Star Level Expeditionary Contracting Command led by Colonel Camille Nichols, and the Provisional 1-Star Level Installation Contracting Command led by Brian Young. Young was previously the director of the Army Contracting Agency, which is now realigned under AMC. The Secretary of the Army directed the creation of the command and the realignment of ACA to immediately implement the Gansler Commission recommendation to restructure Army contracting and better facilitate contract management in expeditionary and U.S.-based operations.
The people who work contracts for the Army are some of the unsung heroes of our time. It is not an easy job to manage the billions of dollars in our contracting budget and the millions of items needed to keep the Army running. But we have thousands of people working to keep the paperwork and the money flowing. The size of the program is huge and the pressure to perform is great. These people work very hard to do their job to the best of their ability. There is always much room for improvement. Today, Army Contracting Command with subordinate commands, the Installation Contracting Command and the Expeditionary Contracting Command join another organization with very similar goals. The Army Materiel Command is focused on the warfighter, our ultimate customer. We both have the attitude that we will do whatever it takes, legally, efficiently, and effectively, to get the job done.
Today is a historic event, not because we are standing up a new command, but because we are demonstrating to our OSD leadership, our Congress, the American taxpayer, that the Army leadership is serious in taking steps to regain their confidence in Army contracting and ensuring that it becomes one of our core competencies. Secretary Guerin's direction to establish the Army Contracting Command clearly demonstrates his commitment to improve contracting support to expeditionary operations. Just as we train and equip our soldiers to be the most dominant land force in the world, we must also train and equip our contracting workforce, both military and civilian, to be world-class providers of contracting support to our warfighters, wherever and whenever to meet their needs.
The command is expected to include around 5,800 employees, including civilians and soldiers, and will handle contracts valued at $85 billion annually. In a separate interview with the AMC News Dispatch, Parsons talks about bringing the ACA and AMC together to initially create the ACC and the types of contracts the command will oversee.
Army Contracting Agency, which is typically focused at the installation contracting level, has about 2,000 personnel in it. And if you take a look at Army Materiel Command, which really is focused on the weapon system, the sustainment, and the maintenance side of the house, has about 2,000 contracting personnel. By bringing those together, we now have an organization of well over 4,000 people. And the concept plan that we just submitted to the Secretary and to the DEA staff asked for additional staffing. It gives us one organization that the Army can turn to provide most of its contracting support to expeditionary operations. Some of the contracting that's still not included in this ACC are the Corps of Engineers, MedCom, and INSCOM, and the National Guard Bureau. While we will have a coordinating relationship with them, and when we do our contract support planning, make sure that we're coordinating with those activities, they will not be part of the command at this time.
The Army Contracting Command is a big step in the right direction to ensure the Army provides the best contracting services in support of the warfighter. Well, that about does it for this week's edition of the AMC News Dispatch. And don't forget to visit the AMC website and click on the News and Information link on the left-hand side for the latest items of interest about the command. Thanks so much for watching. We hope to see you next time.